Divrei-HaYamim Bet. 2 Chronicles, chapter 3. Then Shlomo began to build the house of Adonai in Yerushalayim on Mount Moriyah, where Adonai had appeared to David his father. Provision had been made for this at the place David had chosen, the threshing-floor of Ornan the Y'vusi. He began building in the 4th year of his reign, on the 2nd day of the 2nd month. These are the foundations Shlomo laid for building the house of God. The length in Old Standard cubits was 60 cubits, 105 feet, and the width 20 cubits, 35 feet. The length of the hall fronting the house was the same as the house's width, 35 feet, and the height 210 feet, and he overlaid it with pure gold. The larger house he covered with cypress wood, which he overlaid with fine gold and embossed with palm trees and chains. He also decorated the building with precious stones and gold from Parvayim, overlaying the house and its beams, thresholds, walls, and doors with gold, and carving cheruvim on the walls. Then he made the especially holy place. Its length matched the width of the house, 35 feet, and its width was 35 feet. He overlaid it with 20 tons of fine gold. The weight of the nails was 1¼ pounds of gold, and he overlaid the upper rooms with gold. Inside the especially holy place he made 2 cheruvim of cast metal, and they were overlaid with gold. The wings of the cheruvim were 35 feet long. The wing of the one cheruv was 8¾ feet long and touched the wall of the house. The other wing was also 8¾ long, so that it touched the wing of the other cheruv. The wing of the other cheruv was 8¾ feet long, touching the wall of the house, and the other wing was also 8¾ feet long, touching the wing of the first cheruv. The wings of these cheruvim spread out over 35 feet. They stood on their feet with their faces turned inward. He made the curtain of blue, purple, and crimson material and of fine linen, with a design of cheruvim worked into it. In front of the house he made 2 columns, 61¼ feet high, with a capital of 8¾ feet on top of each. He made chains in the sanctuary and added them to the tops of the columns, and he made 100 pomegranates and attached them to the chains. He erected the columns in front of the temple, one on the right and the other on the left. The one on the right he called Yakin, the one on the left he called Boaz. End of 2 Chronicles, chapter 3.